Good afternoon, children. Dear children, today I am taking a class for 8th standard. Do you know so many countries? So many countries. Here we have discussed about Jamaica. Jamaica. That is a Jamaica. In Jamaica, how was the people face the situation that racism means varna bedaniti, black and white people. In that situation, white people have dominant to the black people. Dear children, you heard one story about Mahatma Gandhi. Once Mahatma Gandhi was went to South Africa in the train. He was in first class coach. Then the policeman came and pushed him out of the train because he was a black people. They are considered Gandhi was black people. Then the Gandhi take a challenge, abolish this type of racism. How can we how can we face the then in America also this type of situation have white people dominate the black peoples for slavery to the white people. Then Abraham Lincoln abolished the slavery in USA. In this lesson, our author A.L. Hendricks, he have experienced how was the racism influence on the small children. But here he give a message to the people, all are equal, nobody is a slavery, nobody is dominant, white or black people are equal. He saying in this lesson. Dear children, open your textbook and see the picture have they the country. The small country have Jamaica. You see in the textbook, Jamaica. Which is the capital of Jamaica? Do you know? Which is the capital of Jamaica? Kingston. Kingston is the capital of the Jamaica. Kingston is the capital of Jamaica. Here, how was the situation in Jamaica? The author describe in this lesson. First, we learn about, we see here about author. A.L. Hendricks is a prolific writer. Some of his short stories appeared in the issues of the magazines Focus. He is a West Indian writer. A.L. Hendricks is a West Indian writer and his writing carry flavor inherent in the Caribbean literature. The story Jamaikan Fragment brings out the prejudice that almost every person suffers from when it comes to the denominational issues like color, caste, and class. How the people face the casteism and color, white and black people, caste, classes, upper class, lower classes, depressed classes, upper classes. We know about how the people see in the situation in Jamaica. The author observing how was the people influenced by this system. Once The author going a walk. How was he experienced? In his words, he described his words in this lesson. Dear children, you see the textbook carefully. Every day, A.L. Hendricks, the author, walk half miles from my home to the rail track, lines in the morning, and from the lines to my home in the evening. The author going walk from his home to railway track, railway lines in the morning and also evening. The walk is pleasant. You know, walk and exercises are helpful to us. We are healthy when we make exercise or walk. That's like he going a walk. It's pleasant. Bring happiness to him. You can see on either side while he was going a walk, either side means left or right in the roadside, red and green roofed bungalows. He observing, he watch either side roofs, red bungalows, green lawns, gardens, and exercise is good for me. He think that exercise is good for health. That's why he going a walk morning and evening. And now and then I learned something from a little incident. When he was went to walk, every day something, some incident he learned some incident. One morning, about halfway between my front gate and the rail track, I noticed two boys playing in the garden of the more modest cottages. They were both very little boys. One was 4 years old, perhaps the other 5. The bigger of the two was a sturdy youngster, very dark, with a mat of coarse hair on his head and coal black eyes. When he was going a walk, the author went a walk one morning about halfway between his front gate. Halfway he went between gate and rail track. He noticed, he observed two boys playing in the garden. Two boys are playing in the garden of the more modest cottage. It's not a building, it's a hut, like a cottage. Cottage means hut. They were both very little boys. They were very little boys. One was 4 years old, perhaps the other 5. One was 4 years, other was 5 years old. The bigger of the two was sturdy youngster. Both are sturdy. Sturdy means strong. Both are strong youngster. Very dark. Very dark. With a mat of course. Both are looking uncultured, rough. Hair on his head and coal black eyes. Coal black eyes. They are uncultured, looking, no, don't soft, they are not soft natured, they are rough, they are rough looking line. He was differently a little Jamaican. The author think that both are little Jamaican, strong little Jamaican. The other little fellow was smaller but also sturdy. Both are sturdy, both are strong. He was white with a hazel eyes and light brown hair. Both were dressed in blue shirts. Both are wearing a same dress, blue shirts and khaki pants. Don't difference between his dresses. They wore no shoes. They won't no wear shoes. Don't wear the shoes. And their feet were muddy. They are playing. So they are their shoes. They won't wear the shoes. Muddy shoes. Feet were with muddy. They were not conscious. They are not feel. They are not hear. They are not listen. My standing there. Who was standing there? The author was standing there. Both the boys playing, watching them. They played on the game. They are played a game. If it could be called a game, maybe they are played it a game. Was not elaborate, was not long time. The little white boy walked majestically. The little white boy walked majestically. Majestically. He was walking majestically like a boss. Up and down. He was walking like a boss. Up and down. And every now and then shouted in a commanding voice, order, commanding tone, his bigger playmate. His bigger playmate. Bigger playmate was black. Bigger playmate. He, commanding voice, commanding tone, his bigger playmate. The little brown boy dragged on quietly behind him. When the white boy walking and commanding voice, then the black boy follow him, dragged on quietly behind him, follow him. What he was told? What he was told? He will do. The white boy, in commanding tone, pick up the stick, pick up the stick. The dark boy picked it up. When the white boy ordered to the black boy, pick up the stick in commanding tone, the dark boy picked it up. The dark boy picked it up. Again, jump into the flower. The white boy ordered to the black boy, jump into the flower. The dark boy jumped. Get me some water. Then again he ordered, get me some water. The dark boy ran inside, quickly ran inside. Go inside and bring. The white boy sat down on the lawn. The white boy sat down in the garden. He ordered to the black boy. Then this happening there, the author observing everything, who was commanding, who are obediently do, who follow him, what they are commanding, who are following him, both are playing, no, the author observing them. He was amazed. The author was amazed, surprised. Here before my eyes, a white baby, for they were little more than babies, was imposing his will upon a little black boy. Then little black boy submitted. Little black boy submitted everything. What the white boy asked, everything the black boy submitted. Here before my eyes, white baby, for they were little more than babies, was imposing his will upon a little black boy. And the little black boy submitted. I puzzled. Puzzled means surprised. The author surprised within myself. Myself means himself. The author himself surprised as I went down a road. Could it be that the little boy is son of a house servant? The author think that maybe he was a servant's son. The author think that who was following the obeying to the commanding tone, the author think that he was a servant's son. I asked myself, the author himself talking himself, no, no. They were obviously dressed. It's not right because they are wearing same dress, alike. Both are wearing same or alike. The dress was alike. Both same dress. The little dark boy was a neighbor's child. Oh, maybe the little boy was a neighbor's child. The author think that. I was sure of that. Oh, maybe, surely the neighbor's son. Maybe he thought that. Then how was it they obeyed so faithfully the white boy's orders? Neighbor's son, how can he obeyed so faithfully the white boy's orders? How can he do? Was it that even as a boy he sensed that in his own country he would be at the white man's beck and call? Even as a boy, when the author was a boy, sensed that in his own country, when he was in child, in his country, be at the white man's beck and call. White man, beck and call, only order, call. Could he make a difference between himself and the white boy? Maybe difference between. And could he think that he was going to boss over the black man? I could find no answer. Maybe they are playing servant and boss. I could find no answer. I could not bring myself to believe such a thing. With my own eyes, I had seen little dark boy take orders from a little white boy. Again, the dark boy take orders from a little boy. He think when he was in child, the author was in child, he also faced this type of situation in his childhood days. Racism. Obviously, his social equal and younger and smaller were we as a race really inferior. So inferior that even in our infancy we realized our deficiencies. Deficiencies and accepted a position as the white man's servant. Obviously is a social equal, younger or smaller, same freedom or equality, same. Were we as a race really inferior? But here, inferior. So, inferior that even in our infancy, we realized our deficiencies, scarcity, not enough, and accepted a position as the white man's servant. Then, for a whole day, the author puzzling, they think himself, how was the boy? Why was the boy obediently follow the white man? Whole day he went on asking these questions to himself. He only asked himself. For a whole day, his faith in his people was shaken. He was shaken. How was the children influenced by the racism? When I passed by the afternoon, in the afternoon, the little boys were not there. Again, the author went that place, but the boys are not there. Boys were not there. That evening, I thought deeply on the subject. He thinking about this matter. The author thinking about deeply. The next morning, the boys were there again. Next morning, the author went to walk. The boys are there. A man was standing at the gate watching them. The boys are playing in the garden. A man watching them. A man watching the boys, watching them. I stopped and looked. Then the author stopped and looked just to see what the white boy was making. What the white boy was making his little servant do. To my surprise, it was surprise to the author what they are doing now. The dark boy was commanding. Now, the dark boy was commanding. Before, the white boy commanding. White boy was the boss and black boy was a servant. Now, the dark boy was boss. The dark boy was commanding, while the little white youngster did everything. The black boy, what he says, what he ordered, the black boy obeying, do everything. The little dark boy was striding imperiously. Striding means to walk up and down, walk, move, here to there, move. Imperiously means obediently, up and down the lawn. The little dark boy was striding, walk. The little dark boy was also walk up and down obediently, while the white youngster walked objectly behind him, obeyingly, he walked behind the black boy. White boy, now he was white boy, he's a servant. White boy ordered to the black boy, get me a banana. The little boy ran into the house and reappeared. Come back soon. He get into the house and bring a banana as shortly. Shortly with a banana. Came early. Peel it for me. The black boy again ordered. Peel it for me. Peel it. Open that banana. Peel it for me. The little white boy peeled the banana. The little white boy peeled it. Opened the banana and handed it. Give to black boy. The white boy peel the banana and give to the dark boy, his master. Then the author saw everything what the boys are did, what they are doing. I saw it now. Means the author saw everything. It noticed it was a game. Then he thought it was a game. I had played as a child. When the author was child, he also played like that. Each boy took in turn every alternate day to be the boss and servant. Every day, alternate day, day by day. Today one boy is boss, tomorrow he will servant. Another day, who was servant? Next day he was a boss. They are changing, alternate day to the boss. The other, the slave. Slave means servant. One day boss, another day servant. It had been a great fun to me as youngsters. It has a great fun, a joke. I smiled as I remembered. Again, he recalled that happening and smiled himself. I looked at the man standing by the gate. A man was standing near the gate. He looked at the man. Standing near the gate. He was a white man. The man was a white. I remembered what I had thought yesterday. The author remembered what the author thought. Both are wearing same color dress, but they are different color. Maybe he was a servant son or neighbor son. This type of, he was thought like that. The author was thought like that, no, yesterday. Now, he no doubt, clear his doubt. The author's doubt was clear. No doubt. I thought to he was thought himself, wondering if the black race is superior to the white. Black race is superior to the white. I laughed gently to myself. Here, who is superior? Black people is superior to the white people. Yesterday, white people superior to the black. This was a game, he thought and laughed gently to himself. How silly we grown ups are to misinterpret a child's action. Child's action, children are played, but we are misunderstanding this man. I said to myself, will be worrying all day. Simply, I was worrying all day. It's now our doubts are clear now. Perhaps he thinks the blacks will, in the end, rule over the white. Perhaps he thinks the blacks will, in the end, rule over the white. Now, end, rule over the white, dominant to the white. White peoples want to black peoples are servant for them. But now that is clear, nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. Black or white, all are equal. Now I will try to clarify and drive away. Drive away means remove. Drive away means remove. Clear his doubts from his mind. He drive away what thought in his mind. He wipe out, drive away, remove in his mind. Perhaps you are thinking that one day or the other, the black will rule over the whites. I know you do so, for you just saw how the black commanded the white. But, gentlemen, don't have any such wrong notions, for that's only a game. Gentlemen, don't worry about the superior or inferior. Nobody is slaver, nobody is slavery. All are equal, nobody is boss or servant. Just yesterday, I saw the little white commanding the black boy. Only grown ups are silly, aren't we? Isn't it? Said I. The author say, it's a play. Nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. Just I saw a little boy commanding a black boy. White boy also commanding the black boy, order to the black boy. Only grown ups are silly. We are grown up persons. We are silly. We are thinking like that, the author says. So, isn't it? So, don't think like that. The children are already follow the elders. The man was surprised at my outburst. Outburst means expression. What he thought, he expressed. He describes his feelings. He looked at me smiling. I know all about the game, he said. I know it's a game. It's a boss and servant game. I know. The boys are brothers. Near the gate, a man was standing there. No, a man tell to the author, both are my sons. He pointed to the fair brown woman on the veranda who had just come out to call in the children. She called her children. She came out in the house. She is looking a fair brown woman. Brown woman. That's my wife, he said. A man introduced to the author. She is my wife, fair brown woman. Then the author smiled. My spirit laughed within me. He had a spirit. How both are white and black boy? He thought like that. No. Then he smiled. Oh, this is Jamaica. I said to my heart, this is my country, my people. This is my people. This is my country. I looked at the white man, white and black. Everyone have here. He smiled at me. We will miss the train. If don't hurry, I miss the train. I will go in hurry. He said like that. Here, the author, at the end, the author was very smiled. He was very happily went. He catch the train because he think about whole day he was worrying. Why the author was worrying? The slavery have commanding who are dominate slavery, white and black people, racism have here. He thought after next morning he clear his doubt. The boys are playing equality. Nobody is superior, nobody inferior. Here, black or white people, all are same. Nobody is slaver. In this lesson, yeah, clarify. The author clarified nobody is slavery to the others. Okay, thank you, children.